Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. It's Bowling with Domingo, and I'm Domingo, and you are you, and you are awesome. Man, so much going on. So I mentioned before that a little while ago I had all those songs to learn on bass, so that kept me away from practicing. And at the time of this filming, I have another wedding coming up this weekend, but that's okay. I only have a few songs to learn for that as opposed to 20 songs. But so much going on. First of all, so many positive and supportive comments in this community. I think by the time I post this, we will have reached 300 subscribers, and as we know in bowling, 300 is a good number. So thank you for being here. Thanks for being cool. There are people who say that they channel their inner Domingo and try and be calm when they bowl. There's people who say that they've been away from the game for decades and that they're coming back and that they find these videos useful. I appreciate that. Somebody commented a while back, instead of bowling with Domingo, sometimes it feels like bowling against Domingo. This is not a competition. Everybody's different. And I'll tell you right now, I'm never going to participate in a tournament, not because it's bad, but it's just not me. League is a good, healthy environment to compete with. But I guess I'm in my mid-50s now, and I guess that's just not my relationship to the game. And that's okay. If it is you, then that's great. There's no judgment there. But what's kind of neat is I'm finding that there are a lot of people who are kind of in my boat who are not maybe as young and agile as we used to be, and then we're not whipping it, and we don't have 400 RPM. Sure, there's a part of me that thinks, boy, I wish I had that. I could play the whole lane, hook the whole lane. But yeah, I'm 56. I've only been doing this for about 3.5 years, and I'm still learning, and I'm still screwing up. And that's another thing too I wanted to say to you. I encourage you to screw up. I encourage you to make mistakes and try and experiment. One of the things that comes to mind is my thumb tape. I was using 3 pieces, and earlier this week at League, one of my teammates is one of the bowling instructors here, and he said, you should try leaving this part of your thumb open. He says he uses this as a break, because when it's in the ball, you know, the skin kind of grabs, and hopefully it doesn't hang up, but he uses that to kind of stick to the ball, so to speak, and then he can release it when it's time for the ball to go. So now I'm using 2 pieces, one on either side. And again, I'm experimenting, I'm playing, and like anything, like any art, I encourage you to experiment and try different things. Also, it is hot in Chicagoland here. It's in the 90s, depending on where you are in the country. That may be affecting you at all. But there's more humidity in the building, and that thing of putting the sock on my shoe. I got a bunch of old black socks, and I just trim them, and every few games I put a new one on there, and just for the heck of it, I put a new one on about 10 minutes ago, and it's good times. So okay, some more things I wanted to talk to you about. I'm kind of coming at you quickly because I don't know. I'm happy to be back. Let's talk. So a couple things on the approach. I'm just going to stand here. I'm just going to stand at 10. So when I line up. Being a right-hander, I'm lining up with my left foot, this foot here. And some people use the line on the inside of their left foot because it's closer to the center of your body. So if that's what you're lining up with, good. I personally line up with the middle of my heel, and I put that, so if I'm lining up on whatever board this is, as I'm facing you, I put that there. Because sometimes at the release, sometimes your foot will kind of angle in a little bit. So whether you use the inside of your foot or the back of your heel, doesn't matter. But just remember, keep it consistent each time, so you're remembering where you're standing. So for here, 5, 10, 15, right? For the hypothetical sake, I'm standing 15 now, and for me, there's 15 at the bottom of my heel, but my 15 is 13 and a half for somebody who measures on the inside of their foot. So just keep that in mind. You choose how you want to measure it. I like to lock my back knee. I like to feel that security back there, and then I push off. There's another thing that happens on my 5th step that I want to show you. Actually, my 4th step, my power step. Push. 1, 2, 3, push. This push has helped me a lot. It's encouraging me to keep my swing kind of more straight and in front of me. So I'll do it toward you. So if you're 4-step, 1, 2, 3, 4, and push, then fall off the approach. Okay, so push. I push off this into your slide step. So that has helped me. Lots of stuff to talk about. Okay. This Gremlin Tour X is currently the biggest and most aggressive ball I have in my bag. However, if you're like a lot of people, or a lot of us, you own more than one ball. And about 8 months ago, I bought a used ball from that same teammate of mine who suggested leaving this thumb pad open. And it's this. This Roto Grip XL. And this ball has been long since discontinued, but I've been thinking about this. It's a pretty aggressive ball, and I used it for a little while, but I just had it resurfaced to 400. And there's the layout, which I think is roughly 4x4x2. I haven't thrown this yet. I haven't thrown this ball in months, but I've been thinking about it because it's one of the more aggressive pieces. And we're on 30. I'm sweating already. So this particular lane I know is one of the buffer lanes from earlier in the day when the seniors were playing. It's middle of the afternoon, and the seniors have finished up. But I sometimes like to get the buffer lane because it's got the most oil on it. And they told me that one person maybe played 3 games on it earlier. So I'm gonna throw this XL, knowing that it is kind of hooky. So maybe I'll start by standing 23. So again, for me, that means the center of my heel is at 23. Oh, I got more stuff to talk to you about too. Thumbs. Interchangeable thumbs. When you feel ready, I want you to look into that. Okay, so you got fingertip grips. That's something that'll really help you when you're ready. But interchangeable thumbs, I have 4 of these, and depending on what the air is doing in this room, the other day it was really cold. This is heavy. The other day it was really cold, and so what happened is my thumb started shrinking and my thumb hole felt floppy. So you could put more tape in there, or if you have different thumbs of different sizes, that'll help you right away. So I've got 4 and they're all different sizes. This is the one I was using last night at League, the thumb. And so it feels okay right now. Where do I stand at? 23. So 23, I'm looking at 10, which means second arrow from the right. I lock this back leg, follow through with my elbow. All right, I was gonna say I'm nervous. It's kind of exciting because I haven't thrown this ball in months. Let's see what it does. All right, that was 11. Okay, I was a little inside. Also, it felt like it stuck a little bit in the thumb, but I'm gonna keep moving. Okay, 14.5, which is kind of on the upper end of my speed. Okay, I look at the flare rings here. I know you're way over there, but okay, this tells me that the oil definitely isn't fresh. There's oil out there, which is good. Let's do it again. 23. That was like 11. Let's try and get closer to 10. Oh, I kind of fell, but that was 10. And yeah, a bit of a light mixer. A little off balance. Okay, here's another thing. My spares. I got my little spare cheat sheet, which I should have it prepared. But I was also experimenting, and I think that should be the underlying theme of today's video, experimenting. So I have these spare notes that I shared with you previously. Sometimes any spare, if you're a right-hander, any spare on the left side, if you want to hook at it, that's okay. If you're bowling on house shot and you're very familiar with it, Go ahead and hook all you want at the spares on the left side. I was told if you're on a tournament, heck no, don't play. I'm not going to be on tournaments, so that's okay. So if I want to, I can, according to my spares cheat sheet, I can use my spare ball. 7 pin is 1310, and I can do that. Or we can hook at it. Let's try hooking at it because we're just playing. No, you know what? I want to hook at a cluster and not at a single pin. So 7 pin, 1310 according to my notes. I'm going to stand 13. I'm going to look at 10. I was also reminded, have your feet face your target. If you're shooting at a 10 pin, have your feet like this, not like this. If you're shooting, sorry, that's a 7. If you're shooting at a 10, have your feet facing this way, not like this. So 13, 10. I think that should be okay. Good. Okay, so another thing that was suggested to me is if you've got a cluster of pins to the left of the head pin, hook at that, as opposed to throwing a throwing a spare ball. Let's continue. I was standing 23. I was looking at 10. And again, this is a second-hand ball I bought from Jason. And I had it re-drilled. Actually, the thumb stayed the same, the fingers moved down because Jason's got a slightly bigger hand than I do. 23, looking at 10. Follow through with that elbow. Push off. Push. Good, that's 10. Get in there. A little light. That time saying get in there didn't help. So, kind of ran out of energy at the back end. So I might, okay, for this, here's that cluster I was talking about. Cluster of pins to the left of the head pin. I was standing 3. For this, I want to hit, so what is that? That's a 2, 4, 5, 7. I want to hit in between that 2 and 5. So I was standing 23. I'm going to move 4 right. So now I'm standing 19 because I want to try and get in between that 2 and that 5. And then I'm still looking at the same target at the arrows, which is 10. And I want this to hook. So yeah, I was going to slow down a little bit. Let's try, I don't know, throw it roughly the same speed. How fast was that? 13.6. Here we go. Oh, a little outside. I don't know if that's going to come back. Maybe it will, yes. Oh, I got lucky. Okay, that was to the right of target, but that came back. So now here I am hooking at my spares. You experiment. Maybe you're going to do both. Maybe you're going to use a spare ball and you're going to hook at it. It's up to you. You can play. Let's do the same thing. Standing 23, looking at 10. Good, that's like 10, 11, get in there. A little high, well, just a touch high, but that was good, the continuation. Looks like it went straight through. Didn't have any deflect. And we're at 14.2 miles an hour. Let's continue. Standing 23. So what are we? We're at 5th frame, and I am aware that this is going to sound a little heady. I'm aware that right now my energy feels a little manic. Feels a little hyped up. I think I'm just excited to be recording again with you. So I'm going to try and mellow out a little bit. What would Domingo do? I got my back leg locked. There we go. Good. Okay, 10. So this I'm not going to hook in. I got my little cheat sheet, I'm going to use my spare ball and throw it straight. So according to my notes here, 10 pin is 35-20, which means I stand 35 with my left foot, and I look at 20. Sometimes I've been standing 34. I'm going to stand 34. So like all things, it can be a work in progress, or it can be fluid, or it can be ever changing. But I'm standing 34, I'm looking at middle arrow, 20. That should be good. That was like 19. Good. Some people wipe off the ball in between every shot. There's a little bit of oil here. There's differing thoughts on that. This oil is not super fresh. It's been out for hours, so I'm actually not going to wipe my ball. Oh yeah, I'm going to move one right, and so now I'm 22. I was 23, now I moved one right. I'm still looking at 10 though. Good. Still 10 pin. That's okay. I think when it hit, it deflected a little bit to the right. We experiment. 10 pin. Some people say move left off a 10 pin. Let's not worry about the next strike shot just yet. Let's pick up the spare. Now I'm standing 35. Looking at 10. My previous 10 pin, I was standing 34. I moved back to 35. So standing 35, looking at middle arrow 10. Good. I think. Not good. I'm reminded of how some people kind of get upset when they miss. Not me. I mean, yeah, I get a little upset, but I don't use any bad language. Let's play. I'm going to move to 24. So I was 23. I moved right to 22. Now I'm going to move left to 24. I'm going to move left one. And let's see what happens just moving. So these aren't crazy 5-board moves. They're just subtle for me. Standing 24, looking at 10. That was like 9. Okay, I got that out a little further, but again, this is possibly the strongest ball that I currently own. And it came back. I like that. I'm gonna stay standing 24. 24. So remind me to tell you something after I get this strike. Yeah, 24. Good. 10. Come back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, wash out. Wash out. How did I do this before? I want to actually move. I want to move right a little bit. I think when I would pick this up, and again, it depends on what the lane's doing. This is one of the strongest balls I own, so I'm gonna stand 20, and I want to look at like 8. Yeah, standing 20. This could be fun. Here we go. Standing 20, looking at 8. There's 8. Good. Get in there. Okay. That's okay. Find a shot that works for you. Whether your release is, whether you're under the ball, like pros do, like some people on league. Man, what if my hand looked like this at release? I would be deadly. My hand looks like this. I'm on top of the ball. And that's okay. Find what works for you. Get really good at that shot, meaning you can repeat it. And then that becomes your style. So there are, when my wife and I are on leagues, there are some differently abled individuals here who have to modify their release or their form for obvious reasons. And they enjoy the game. That's good. I'm reminded that a child with an 8-pound ball and the ramp can get a strike. So you just got to repeat it. I think there's a YouTube video of somebody using the ramp at a bowling center. I think he slept over, and he's not leaving until he gets a 300. And I think he set up different ramps on 11 different lanes. But my point is, find something that works for you. Just because your form doesn't look like Bruce Lee, it doesn't look like Steve Vai, or if you know who some of these people are, you could still have your own form, and you could still participate. What is that, 2 opens? See, I don't mean to look at the negative, but I see on the 6th frame, okay, open, and that last one was an open. Yeah, try not to get caught up with the negative stuff. I'm happy to be here. There was a time when I would be happy if I bowled 100. Now that's doubled. I'm happy if I bowl 200, but that's probably not going to happen this game, and that's okay. Stand at 24, looking at 10. Oh, that felt good off the fingers. A little high. What is that? 410. Okay, it's unlikely I'm going to pick this up, but that's okay. I think I saw, was it Marshall Kent? Marshall Kent picked this up a little while ago. I think he picked up a 4.9 and a 4.10. You can hook at this, or you could ride that 39 board, and I'm gonna hook at this. Standing 15. Gonna throw this slow. Standing 15. Looking at 5. Knowing that the further out to the outside, that's where the friction is, and I want to try and obviously hit it to the left of that 4-pin. Then let's see what happens. Looking at 5. There's 5. Get in there. Well, at least it was exciting. 10th frame. Okay, this is a low-scoring game. Who cares? I'm having fun. And you're going to have low-scoring games, so get used to it. That sounds kind of harsh. What was I doing? What does this look like if I stand 21? Now I'm just experimenting. Remember, I haven't thrown this ball in months. Standing 21, possibly the most aggressive ball that I own. It's probably going to cross over and go Brooklyn. But let's see. Maybe I'll put a little more speed on it. That felt like more speed. Okay. Almost 4-pin paralyzer. So was that 15 miles an hour? Oh, it was slower, 13.6. Let's do it again. I can't remember where I was standing. I think it was 21 or 20. I'll stand 21. Still looking at 10. Standing 21, looking at 10. That felt good. Get in there. All right, a little sloppy, a little light mixer, but that's okay. 2 down, 1 to go, 10th frame. 161. Stand at 21. How fast was that? 14.4. Looking at 10. Push off that 4th step. I lost my balance a little bit. Outside, in. Okay, ooh, yuck. Went high. 610. Okay. 169. 169. You know what we're gonna do today? We're throwing 2 games today. This is my Storm Phase AI, which is discontinued. Another discontinued ball. This is not a hook monster, but it's a very predictable shape, and currently this is probably my favorite ball. It's not really good for fresh necessarily, and that's not what this is. This isn't fresh. But for whatever reason, this ball feels the best coming off my hand. And because of the colors, I kind of like how it looks moving down. I'm standing 21. Same spot as where I was standing last time. Okay, I didn't reset, but it'll reset on its own. 21, looking at 10. Like 9 or 8, come back. Good. Good. Came back. Let's continue. Stand at 21. That was, I don't know how fast that was. It doesn't say. It's okay. 21. Stand at 21, looking at 10. Follow through with the elbow. Get that elbow up there in the air. Good. Yeah, you see how it just straight through. No deflection. Just continuation through the pins like a straight line. That's nice. 13 miles an hour on the button. Standing 21, reset. 21, looking at 10. Elbow in the air. That was like 11. Get in there. Hold. Yeah. Trip 4 pin. All right. I want to share a feel thing with you right now. As this ball is going back, I'm feeling more of the weight like in this index finger here as it goes back. This game, I've said this before, is there's so much about feel, which is, how fast was that? 13.7. Feel is like one of these intangible things. But as you do something often enough, more reps, you become really, really familiar with it. Okay. Standing 21, looking at 10. Elbow in the air. 10, get in there. Oh, 10 pin wrapped around. Even the grunt didn't help. But that's okay. I wrapped around the 10. Maybe I'll move one left. That's a 10 pin, so according to my sheet, 10 pin, 35-20. And if you don't see this, I posted this in my last video. Maybe I'll, check out my last video. I posted a close-up of this. 35. Standing 35 with my left foot, looking at 20. Uh-oh, I might have missed it. Hold. Oh, you know what? I threw my strike ball. The reason that held is because strike ball reactive resin. I did not throw my spare ball. So it's a good thing I did that because I missed. We'll edit that out. No, we'll keep it. Last time I 10 pinned, you know what? I'm not gonna move. Sometimes a 10 pin doesn't mean move automatically. I'm gonna stand in the same spot, 21, looking at 10. Hey, it's behind the scenes Domingo here. That was a fun little graphic. So at this point, I am disappointed because my camera stopped recording. And I didn't know this until after I had finished the game. I'm gonna post a screenshot here of what that game looked like because it was pretty good. But that's okay. I promised you a second game and I want to deliver, and so I just simply started over and started filming a second game for you, which begins right now. Hey, it's Domingo here. So I was after that game ended, I continued with the second game, but somehow the video got interrupted. So okay, let's do it again. There are a couple of things I want to share with you. So Okay, for the next game, I went back to what? No. I went back to a different ball. No, that's right. I went back to this Phase AI, and I think I mentioned before this is probably my favorite ball. So yeah, I shot a 208. I can prove it, but don't get too caught up in the score. So I was standing 22, and I did this fun experiment. Like I threw 3 strikes in a row with 3 different balls standing in the same spot. I'm gonna try it again. Phase AI, standing 22, looking at 10. Chewing my gum. I kind of dropped it on the outside. Is it gonna come back? Okay, such forgiveness. It came back. Okay, that was a pretty sloppy shot. But I'm gonna count that as a strike. So standing 22, looking at 10. And instead of 10, it was more on the right, on the right. It's more like 8. And I mentioned earlier in the video, I got the interchangeable thumb thing going on, which helps. Again, this is that Roto Grip XL. Currently the strongest ball that I own. Let's stand in the same spot. So how fast was that? I think, I can't tell, it doesn't tell you for the first frame. But I'm standing in the same spot, 22. And I'm looking at 10. Different ball. Let's do this. That was more like 10 and a half. Okay, yeah, that was good. Nice continuation straight through, so no deflection, just straight through. Now, let's switch balls. Okay, Gremlin Tour X, and I've used this before in previous videos, and by the way, my layout is the same on all my balls, 4x4x2, pin up. Let's stand in the same spot, 22. 22, looking at 10. Try not to get too low at the foul line and follow through. Push with that right leg, that 4th step. Then get that elbow up in the air for the follow through. How's that for 6 or 7 things to remember? Nice, right up 10. Good. Get in there. A little light. A little light. Your envelope was a little light. Okay, I'm not going to get out of this ball until I strike with it, so I can show that it is possible to strike with 3 different balls standing in the same spot. Now, this is what is that, like a half bucket? That looks like a 2-4-5. I think it is a 2-4-5. If there was an 8, it would be a full bucket. So with this, yeah, you can see up here, 2-4-5. So with this, I would treat it like a 1-2 pocket. And a 1-2 pocket, I stand 16 and look at 10. However, and I think I said this earlier in my first game earlier in this video, that one of my teammates was encouraging me to hook at clusters of at spares with a cluster of pins on the left-hand side, as opposed to using a straight spare ball. So I was standing at 22. I'm going to move 4 right. I'm going to move to 18, and I'm still going to look at the same spot, 10. So before I was standing 22, looking at 10. Now when I go 18, looking at 10. Here we go. Good, 10. That should be okay. Good. Okay, so again, the spares, a cluster of pins on the left side of the head pin. You can use a spare ball and throw straight. You can look at it, find what works for you, and maybe both methods work for you, and that's okay. Yeah, I'm still in this Roto Grip Gremlin Tour X, standing at the same spot, 22, looking at 10, seeing if I can strike with 3 balls standing in the same spot. That's 10. Get in there. Oh, still, was that a little high? I have to look at the replay. I think it went a little high. So there's your 4-7. So again, and again, I showed you this in my last video, but for a 7-pin, it's 13-10. That's a 6-7, so I would move to, instead of 13-10, I would move 14-10. But for this, let's continue experimenting. I'm gonna hook at this. I'm gonna stand 15. I'm gonna look at 5-6, and knowing that there's the dry is on the outside, and I want this to catch some of the dry and hook into that. So 15, looking at 5-6. There's 5. Good. And then fade right into it. Good. I still haven't struck with this ball, so let's continue. Stand at 22. I gotta try and kind of not hit it at the bottom, but feel my fingers come out of the ball at the bottom, so I get my revs on it. Stand at 22, looking at 8. Or sorry, stand at 22, looking at 10. That was 8. Come back. Okay, that came back. Good. Again, continuation. Straight through. Not a lot of deflection, which I believe shows me that the ball still has energy to kind of continue and it's not bouncing around. Okay, now let's try something fun. We're having fun today. This is my Hammer Black Widow Tour V1. Of the balls I bring to league, this is the weakest. I mean, I do own a Typhoon, which technically that's the weakest ball, but I don't typically bring Typhoon because the lanes usually aren't that dry. But this one, Black Widow Tour V1, same pin-up layout, 4x4x2. Let's stand in the same spot. So that was 12.9. Stand in 22. Looking at 10. And as I recall, this ball is not a hook monster, so I'm not expecting it to go crazy. But let's just, again, standing in the same spot, and I'll explain. Looking at 10. Kind of dropped it, but it was right on 10. Okay, that was kind of a weak strike. A little light. I'll put my hand up. I didn't pay attention to what it did when it went through the pins, whether it deflected or not. But let's do it again. Same ball. Same line. That was 13.9 miles an hour. Stand in 22. Looking at 10. Adjusting my sleeve. $22, looking at 10. Good, 10. Come back. A little sloppy. Light mixer, but that was good. So 2 strikes, same spot with that ball. Let's switch balls. 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have potentially 5 strikes left. Let's switch. Let's go back to this most aggressive ball in the bag. XL. Oh, I had this resurfaced to 4,000, fresh 4,000, no polish, just 4,000 Aberlon. Aberlon is the name of the sanding pad. It's a brand name. Stand at 22, looking at 10. So I'm gonna share with this. Man, I got a lot of thoughts today. So a teammate shared with me that at the foul line, I'm getting too low, which is why sometimes I've been banging the ball on the way down. So I've been trying to stand up just a touch higher at release. So I'm aware of that. And if it means that I lob it a little bit, that's okay. 22, looking at 10. This is Roto Grip XL. Saxophone solo. I didn't really push it with the back leg, but that's, that's not gonna be good. That went high. can't remember where it was at the arrows. I think it might have been 9. Okay, big 4. I'm not going to pick this up. Only once in recorded PBA history has this ever been picked up, and that was Walter Ray Williams Jr. So I want to hook at that 610. So I'm going to stand 35. And I'm going to look roughly in the space between third arrow, which is 15. I'm pointing. The space between third arrow and fourth arrow. So anywhere between 15 and 20 is where I'm aiming. Knowing that this is the hookiest, strongest ball in my bag, maybe I should be aware of putting some speed on it too, which is what I'll do. Okay, that was at 15, 16. Hold, and you get nothing. Okay. That's okay. You experiment, you play. What is that? Oh, okay, I forgot. I still got 2 frames left. Can I still strike with this ball? Let's see. I was standing in the same spot 22 when it went high, which means I have to put a little more speed on it to push the break point further. So still standing in the same spot the whole game, looking at the same target, second arrow, but put speed on it. Good, that was 8. A little high. Okay, 610. So for this, I'm gonna grab my spare ball. 3 610 is 3320. But I have a 610, so I'm going to move to 3420. 3420 with my spare ball. $34.20. Good. Okay. 10th frame. Let's get out of this ball. Let's finish with my current favorite ball, which is this Storm Phase AI. Standing in the same spot, 22. Looking at 10. Try and stand a little taller at the foul line. Good, that's like 9. Uh-oh, yeah. Oh, I tapped that 10. Good. Okay, I kind of lobbed it. But that's a viable technique if you want to try and clear the fronts. You can put a little air. Let's do it again. 22. Looking at 10. Eight. I don't know if that's coming back. That's not coming back. Not coming back for outs. That's okay. That's a 1, 2, 7. This is doable. I'm right at 200, so I'm happy. This is doable. That's a perfect pocket shot. So same spot, 22. Looking at 10. I want to just hit to the right of that head pin and push everything to the left. Follow through with my elbow. Good. Kind of dropped it, but that's what I'm looking for. Good. Nice. 203. Is that what I bowled in my last game? 203. Okay. All right. 2 games, and I hope you don't mind that this video is a little longer than normal. I'm having fun. I miss hanging out with you guys. So I feel like I've said this before, but again, my last video got interrupted. So if I'm repeating myself, forgive me. But whatever you're doing, enjoy it and have fun. I'm 56, and I find that as I get older, time moves faster. So if you're finding that things aggravate you, think, is it really worth that mental bandwidth, energy to be so upset at things? After all, this is just a game. So my glasses are fogging up. So have fun at this, and you're going to screw up. You're going to make mistakes. So allow that, and that's okay. And that's how you learn. And so feel free to experiment and try different things, especially when you're practicing. It's just you, so who cares? I'm sorry if I said this previously. I'm just thinking of cool things to bring back. But a year and a half ago, my teammate and I picked up a couple house balls and experimented with throwing two-handed. And he loved it so much that he converted all his equipment to two-handed, no thumb hole. For me, it lasted about a month, and I went back. So, but feel open to experiment and trying different things when it comes to this game and when it comes to anything. So, okay. Yeah, I might bowl one or two more games. But thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for being so cool. It's Bowling with Domingo. I'm Domingo. Thanks for hanging with me.